Let me shock you with something you were never taught in school. You are not poor because of money. You are poor because of alignment. Money is not first attracted to your pocket. It is attracted to your presence. Before your bank account ever changes, your aura must change. Before your income shifts, your identity must shift. That is why some people walk into a room and opportunities follow them like shadows, while others work harder than anyone yet attract nothing but pressure. Wealth does not respond to need, it responds to value. It does not fall in love with struggle, it falls in love with purpose. Now listen to me very carefully. You are not surrounded by luck. You are surrounded by what you are trained to carry. Your life is a mirror, not a lottery. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And if your atmosphere is full of doubt, confusion, fear, and desperation, you can pray day and night and still repel the very success you're begging for. But when your inner climate becomes disciplined, when your thinking becomes intentional, when your identity becomes anchored in purpose, wealth begins to recognize you like a long-lost friend. People think money comes from jobs, businesses, or connections. No, those are only channels. Wealth does not enter your life through your hands. It enters through your mind. That's why two people can earn the same salary and live different lives. One keeps increasing, the other keeps borrowing. One attracts abundance, the other attracts bills. The difference is not income, the difference is atmosphere. You don't rise by your hustle, you rise by your standard. I came to disturb your comfort tonight. I came to interrupt your excuses. I came to inform you that your future is responding not to your words, but to your training. Your destiny is not confused, you are. Because when purpose is clear, provision becomes predictable. Your life will never attract what your mindset cannot sustain. And until you train your inner world, your outer world will always resist you. Do you really think money responds to sweat? Do you honestly believe wealth wakes up in the morning looking for the most tired person in the city? If effort alone created riches, then the poorest people on earth would be farmers, construction workers, and cleaners, because they work harder than most executives you admire. But life itself exposes the lie. Exhaustion does not equal prosperity. Struggle does not guarantee success, and hours alone do not impress destiny. Wealth is not attracted by your desperation, it is drawn to your identity. Look around you. Have you ever noticed that some people walk into a room and the room shifts? Conversations pause, attention turns, opportunities gravitate toward them without invitation. They didn't announce their bank balance. They didn't describe their dreams. Yet something about their presence commands interest. That is not money speaking. That is value speaking. That is identity expressing itself. People do not follow your hustle, they follow your clarity. Money does not chase your struggle, it responds to your standard. Think about electricity. Does power run to every wire? No. It only flows through wires that are properly designed and aligned to carry it. A weak wire does not attract voltage, it burns under it. In the same way, money seeks minds that can hold it, manage it, multiply it, and release it intelligently. If wealth came before identity, it would destroy you. That's why some people receive money and lose peace. Some gain success and lose families. Some achieve fame and collapse internally. The blessing didn't ruin them. Their identity was not ready for it. Now ask yourself, would wealth be safe in your hands today? Or would it expose every crack in your thinking? Would it multiply through you, or would it master you? You say you want increase, but have you increased yourself? You ask for abundance, but have you expanded your capacity? You pray for overflow, but are you still thinking like scarcity? Nobody becomes wealthy accidentally. Wealth has taste. It flocks to discipline. It respects order. It recognizes confidence. That is why giving money to a poor mindset doesn't remove poverty, it multiplies chaos. That is why a person with a wealthy identity can lose everything and rebuild again. Because wealth is not stored in the bank, it's stored in the brain. That is why the same types of people keep rising and the same types keep begging. It's not coincidence, it's coordination between identity and destiny. Let me make it plain. You don't get rich by working more hours, you get rich by becoming more valuable. The marketplace does not reward need, it awards solutions. If you are paid little, it is not because you are small. it is because your value expression is limited. The world does not compensate effort, it compensates impact. So the question is not, how tired are you? The question is, how necessary are you? When was the last time you invested in your thinking? When did you last upgrade your skills instead of upgrading your complaints? When did you last sharpen your mind instead of numbing it with entertainment? You want money to take you seriously, but does your life take purpose seriously? A person without identity becomes a slave to opportunity. A person with identity becomes a magnet for opportunity. One chases doors, the other opens doors. One begs to be noticed. The other is impossible to ignore because presence speaks louder than petitions. So don't chase money. It can run faster than you. Train your identity, and wealth will have no choice but to respond. And understand this, your aura is not mystical smoke floating around you. It is the emotional, mental, and spiritual atmosphere you carry into every room. It is the vibration of your discipline, the tone of your thinking, the standard of your habits. Before you ever speak, your aura speaks. Before you introduce yourself, your presence introduces you. That is why some people enter a place and lift it, while others enter and drain it. Some walk in and confidence rises, energy shifts and ideas awaken. Others arrive and tension grows, clarity leaves, and hope quietly exits through the back door. Your aura is built every day by what you tolerate in your private life. It is designed in secret and revealed in public. What you watch, what you think, what you entertain, what you forgive, what you refuse, all of it programs the climate around you. Discipline is invisible, but its results are loud. Sloppiness is silent, but its consequences scream. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If your inner world were today's weather report, who would want to follow you into tomorrow? If your thoughts were music, would they be healing or depressing? If your habits were a scent, would people draw near or look for fresh air? You don't repel wealth by accident. You repel it by allowing disorder to live inside you. Order is magnetic. Confusion is expensive. Discipline is attractive. Laziness is loud. The wealthy atmosphere is not wild, it is intentional. The prosperous aura is not emotional, it is governed. That is why disciplined people seem to live blessed lives. Not because they are lucky, but because their personal environment invites increase. Look at high-performing individuals anywhere in the world, and you will find the same pattern. They control their mornings, their mouths, their money, and their minds. They don't wake up waiting for motivation. They wake up commanding direction. They don't wait for life to inspire them. They instruct life how to respond. Now compare that with a careless life. Random sleep, random words, random relationships, random thinking, and then they pray for structured success. You cannot live chaotically and expect orderly results. The atmosphere will always overpower the wish. You see, your aura is shaped either by design or by default. And whatever you don't discipline will dominate you. Whatever you refuse to manage will rule you. That's why some people feel stuck year after year, not because destiny is cruel, but because discipline is absent. Your inner atmosphere determines your outer access. A fearful person repels bold opportunities. A disorganized person repels responsibility. An undisciplined person repels promotion. The world does not promote based on prayer volume. It promotes based on reliability of character. And listen to me, you don't rise when conditions change. You rise when your standards change. You don't attract better when you complain louder. You attract better when you become better. Your aura announces what you expect without you ever asking. If you expect failure, your aura is heavy. If you expect conflict, your aura is tense. If you expect lack, your aura is anxious. But when discipline enters, something shifts. When order arrives, peace follows, and peace becomes presence, and presence becomes favor. So every day, train your habits like a soldier trains his body. Train your mouth like a leader trains communication. Train your mind like an investor trains strategy. Because when discipline becomes your lifestyle, excellence becomes your language, and success understands you fluently. Now let me offend your comfort just a little more, because money is not impressed by tears. It is not moved by sympathy. It does not slow down for suffering. Money does not follow heartbreak stories or hunger testimonies. Wealth responds to value, not need. Needy people pray longer, but valuable people are courted faster. Because the world does not reward desperation, it rewards solutions. Have you ever wondered why the wealthiest individuals in every generation are not the hardest workers, but the clearest thinkers? Why is it that a single idea can earn more than a lifetime of labor? Why one invention feeds generations while millions stay stuck begging systems that were never designed to save them? Because money does not chase effort, it chases usefulness. It follows contribution. It hunts for answers. The marketplace is not emotional, it is logical. It only pays for what improves life, saves time, reduces pain, enhances experience, or multiplies results. You are not paid for your struggle, you are paid for your skill. You are not rewarded for your loyalty, you are rewarded for your impact. That is why two employees sit in the same office and live in different realities. Same company hours, same boss. But one rises while the other complains. One grows while the other gossips. One learns while the other waits. Because one is increasing in value, the other is increasing in frustration. Now pause and answer honestly. What problem do you solve on this planet? What burden do you lift for others? What confusion do you simplify? What pain do you remove? What need do you satisfy at a level of excellence? Because if you don't know the answer, the marketplace doesn't know what to pay you for. Look at water. When it flows, it stays fresh. When it stops, it stinks. Value is movement. Stagnancy is decay. If all you do is consume and never contribute, you will always be hungry no matter how much you eat. And if you never develop, you will depend. And if you depend, you will beg. And if you beg, you will be ignored. The economy is not evil, it is honest. It exposes laziness. It exposes ignorance. It exposes entitlement. It is a mirror that shows you exactly how valuable you have become. And don't confuse activity with productivity. A busy life can still be a broke life. You can run fast in the wrong direction and arrive poor sooner. You don't need another paycheck. You need another skill set. You don't need more luck. You need more leverage. You don't need another motivational quote. You need another level of mastery. Becoming valuable is intentional. It is painful. It is lonely. It is disciplined. It is the daily humiliation of learning what you don't know. It is the humility of starting small. It is the discomfort of growth. While others are relaxing, the valuable are refining. While others are consuming, the valuable are creating. Now listen closely. The world will not give you what you need. It will give you what you deserve by contribution. So ask yourself a dangerous question tonight. If I disappeared tomorrow, what gap would my absence leave? Would anyone notice because value is missing, or only because noise stopped? Until you become useful, you will remain frustrated. Until you become valuable, you will remain replaceable. And wealth cannot flow into a life that contributes nothing but complaints. And now hear this with your spirit. Not just your ears, money has direction. It is not random. It is not blind. It does not wander aimlessly looking for somewhere to land. Provision is not confused. It is assigned. And wherever purpose is clear, provision becomes predictable. You keep asking for supply without clarity, blessing without direction, increase without instruction. But destiny does not fund confusion. Heaven does not finance vagueness. Purpose is not just what you do. It is why you exist. And anything that does not understand why it was created will abuse itself trying to discover it. That's why people chase money like it's life itself, because they lost the reason for living. But money is not life. It is a tool. And a tool only rushes to where it is needed. Think about oxygen. Does it find your mouth randomly? No. It rushes to your lungs because that is where it was designed to go. In the same way, supply is irresistibly attracted to demand that is rooted in destiny. If you try to breathe with your hands, you will suffocate, not because oxygen is wicked, but because design is violated. Many people are exhausted because they are wealthy trapped in the wrong place. They are asking a job to feed a purpose it was never designed to support. They are demanding salary to perform something only destiny can fund. That's why you can't fulfill vision with income alone. Income maintains survival. Purpose releases supply. Have you noticed that when someone finally steps into what they were born to do, help starts showing up? Doors open without bribery. People assist without manipulation. Resources arrive without begging. Why? Because purpose broadcasts a signal that provision recognizes. When you pursue purpose, you chase assignment. And when you chase assignment, provision surrenders. But when you chase money, purpose hides. Because money is not loyal to seekers, it is loyal to servants. What were you created to solve? Who were you sent to serve? What burden was placed inside you before you were born? Until you answer that, you will keep working hard yet living empty, busy yet unfulfilled, rich in salary but bankrupt in soul. Do you think a bird wakes up praying for air? No. Air is built into its environment because flight is embedded in its nature. Do you think fish beg for water? No. Water meets them where they are because they were designed for that environment. In the same way, when you function in purpose, provision meets you where you operate. Stop wishing for money without direction. Money is not a pet, it is a servant. It follows intention, it listens to vision, it obeys purpose. Some of you are underpaid, not because you are undervalued, but because you are misplaced. You are like a seed planted in concrete asking for harvest. Destiny is screaming for relocation, not negotiation. And listen closely, success does not come from pursuing things. It comes from pursuing meaning. When you chase money, you let it lead you. When you chase purpose, you lead it. That is the secret. Whoever leads controls the future. And until purpose stands in front, money will stay confused behind you. Now let me uncover the quietest force controlling your finances, not your job, not your uncle, not your government, your mindset. Your money does not live in your wallet, it lives in your thinking. And until your thinking changes, your income will only change temporarily. A raise without a renewal of the mind is only a delay before another crisis. Have you noticed that some people win the lottery and end up poorer than before? Same money, different mind. Because money does not make you rich, it only reveals you. If discipline isn't already present, wealth will simply expose your disorder. If selfishness exists, wealth will amplify it. If fear dominates, money will only multiply anxiety. Your financial climate is created by what you believe is normal, possible, and allowed for you. If you believe struggle is holy, you will reject ease. If you believe increase is suspicious, you will sabotage growth. If you believe you are undeserving, you will repel opportunity. You don't rise to what you desire, you fall to what you accept as identity. Your life moves at the speed of your agreement with who you think you are. Have you ever seen a thermostat? It does not freak out when the room temperature drops. It does not beg the weather to improve. It simply sets a standard and the environment obeys. Your mindset is your thermostat. If it is set to scarcity, abundance will feel uncomfortable. If it is set to limitation, growth will feel illegal. That is why some of you get close to breakthrough and suddenly self-destruct. You are not afraid of failure. You are afraid of unfamiliar success. Let's talk plainly. Poverty is not first a lack of money. It is a lack of options, a lack of imagination, a lack of courage, a lack of expectation. There are people with millions in the bank and still live like beggars. There are others with nothing who carry kingship in their conversation. Because real poverty is not empty pockets, it is a narrow mind. Every financial struggle is first a mental struggle. Every limitation starts as a suggestion tolerated in thought. Every plateau is defended by belief systems disguised as reality. Who told you that you could not own? Who taught you that people like you don't rise? Who programmed you to think survival is the ceiling? Your mind has been trained. The only question is by who? The past, the neighborhood, the family, the culture, the news. Because whatever trained your mind now controls your future. You cannot become wealthy thinking like a victim. You cannot multiply thinking like a beggar. You cannot increase thinking like an employee forever. At some point, you must graduate into ownership mentality, into vision mentality, into builder mentality. Wealthy thinking is different. It sees solutions where others see trouble. It asks better questions. It plans seasons ahead. It invests without panic. It fails forward. It loses small to gain big. It delays pleasure to purchase freedom. That's why two people receive the same opportunity, and only one recognizes it. And until your mind believes abundance is legal for you, you will treat opportunity like a stranger. Your thoughts are pregnant. They give birth to behavior. Your behavior builds habits. Your habits construct lifestyle. So if you don't like your lifestyle, don't fight money. Fight your mindset. And here is the danger. Your mindset will fight you before it ever fights change. It will whisper comfort in mediocrity. It will justify delay. It will defend fear. But growth does not negotiate with old thinking. You must evict poverty from your philosophy before you can remove it from your life. And finally, let me confront you with a law that nobody escapes. You cannot keep what you are not prepared to manage. You cannot sustain what you have not become. Life never gives you something to enjoy before it trains you to handle it. Whatever shows up before you mature will either stress you or enslave you. That is why sudden success has ruined many and slow growth has rescued a few. You think you are waiting on money, but money is waiting on you, waiting for your character to catch up with your desire, waiting for your discipline to match your dream, waiting for your wisdom to equal your request. Have you ever seen a child handed a sharp instrument? Not because the child is evil, but because the child is untrained. Many people are praying for dangerous blessings. They are begging for financial weapons without emotional control, influence without humility, resources without restraint. You don't rise to inheritance, you grow into it. Let me say it differently, your capacity determines your ceiling. A small cup can sit under Niagara Falls and remain small. The issue was never supply, the issue was size. God can pour endlessly, but if your mindset is narrow, your life will remain shallow. Ask yourself, if everything you asked for arrived tonight, would your life survive tomorrow? Would your marriage endure? Would your character crack? Would your habits betray you? Would your friends drain you? Wealth magnifies, it does not fix. Influence reveals. Heal power exposes, it does not improve. So if anger lives in you, money will fund it. If insecurity lives in you, success will publish it. If ego lives in you, fame will inflate it. And if discipline lives in you, provision will empower it. Becoming is more important than receiving. Preparation is more valuable than promotion. The process is not punishment, it is protection. You hate the training season because it is quiet, no applause, no trophies, no noise, just making beds right, showing up on time, keeping promises, controlling appetites, guarding thoughts, mastering habits. But that season is building infrastructure for your future. And if the foundation is weak, the building will fall, not because destiny is unfair, but because discipline was absent. Trees that grow too fast break in storms. That's why deep roots grow in darkness. You don't need money first, you need mastery. Listen carefully, mastery of time, mastery of emotions, mastery of choices, mastery of priorities. Sustaining wealth is harder than acquiring it because acquisition impresses people, endurance impresses destiny. Anybody can touch money, rare people keep it. And unless your inside grows stronger than your income grows, your success will crush your soul. Stop asking life for more and start building what can hold more. Because destiny does not answer cries, it answers capacity. So as you leave this moment, don't just walk out inspired, walk out transformed. Let this not be another message you admire, but a truth you activate. Remember, wealth doesn't chase you, it recognizes you. It responds to who you become, not what you request. When your identity is aligned, your discipline is trained, your value is sharpened, your purpose is clear, your mindset is renewed, and your capacity is built. Life has no option but to answer you differently. Carry this with you. You are not designed for survival. You are designed for significance. You are not meant to beg for bread. You are meant to produce it. And from today, may your presence open doors. May your thinking expand boundaries. And may your purpose pull provision into your life with force. Good luck as you become the person your future has been waiting for. And thank you for allowing me to speak into your destiny.